talking. Who does not know me? My name is Ranyo Latuga. I am one of the teachers of the Alchemy School from Damanhur. Welcome, and tonight we will talk about alchemy, the summer, the light, and the days which are giving us the warmth, and how does live an alchemist this season. And please switch off your microphones, because otherwise I hear other voices and it's difficult to understand. So we said the summer is one of the best moments of going to know about the elements. Why in the summer? Because the elements in the summertime are more energetic, are more alive, and it's easier to meet them. And why is it so important to come in contact with the elements? Because all that what we see around us and we ourselves, we are built by the 5 elements, which are the alchemical ones: water, earth, fire, and air, and ether. These elements are representing that what we are. Everybody of us is made out of these 5 elements. And why is everybody of us so different? If we are still belonging to the same elements, it's easy, because the composition of the elements inside ourselves is unique. Everybody of us has different percentage of that 5 elements. One person is more air, the other one more water, and so on. And this mixture is making that what we are: our physical form, our capacity of thinking, of having emotions. And we are using this container, this perfect car, or machine, which is the human being, because this is made out of these 5 elements. And we can know also better this in more depth. These elements have characteristics that are very important, because they are those which are giving color to our life, and the characteristic everybody of us has. Let's go to the element of earth, which is the element which we have abundant around us. It is an element which is an alchemy linked, considered like something which is stable, which is in nature not transformable. It is an element to have a transformation, to become lava or crystal or something like that. It has to have, it needs a lot of energies and transformation. And so it is a stable element. We are walking on that. It is solid. It is an element of support. It is allowing us that we are staying on our feet, that we are sustaining the life, and that we can do actions. And we're inside ourselves. In which part of us we can meet the element of earth? It's easy. Our bones, our skeleton, is the first representative of element of earth. It keeps everything together. It gives us solidness. It is protecting our inner organs, and it is a very important element. You see, thanks our bones and our minerals that we have inside, we are able to create a solid structure and using our body. This is something physical, but the element of earth is an element, as we already said, which is characterized by, we say in alchemy, it's a female element because it is the mother of all the others of our planet. We call our planet the big mother because inside his womb there are the seeds that she is protecting, and then they can grow if it's the right moment. It can give fruits and trees, and it is really coming from the tree, from the earth, the first nutrition. So you understand that this is generating lots of aspects. It's an element, but we normally see something passive, female, static. It is, we have to see that in a good way because it is welcoming. It is giving us the concept of mother, which is protecting children, the house, and it is represented by the element of earth. Our beings determined are all these things are linked to that or connected with this element. If we need these aspects, we can let grow our roots. And we will see together who wants also a little meditation, how to nourish ourselves through this element and to come in communion. It's very simple, but very powerful. And we can do that wherever we are because we have always where we are, earth under our feet. Even if we are in a skyscraper, because under us there is the earth. You see, this element is already something which is giving us the first directions how to define the elements inside ourselves. We talk now on a physical aspect, but also emotional and characteristics. Every element is connecting with aspects from ourselves. And the harmony of the elements inside ourselves is that what allows us to live in balance with all the energy of all the world, the whole world. Everything what we have around ourselves, we can use in this moment when our elements are all in order, are harmonized, and we see then how can we put them in order. Normally, we are born in a perfect order, but if a man or a woman is born, everything is perfect. And then our life, uh, all that what happens, the love stories, fears, emotions, all that what is doing, it is putting them in disorder. The harmony is, we lose a little bit. It's not only chaos what is created, but by and by, while we are mixing up these things, we are losing potential. We lose the capacity to let work our energies in the right way. If we have 100% of our potential when we are a little child, then by and by it is getting lost and is becoming less. At a certain point, in a certain age, we find ourselves, oh, I would like to have this energy, what I had when I was young. I don't have that anymore. Why? Because we are in disorder inside. But it is depending on the alchemy is bringing us knowledge, and knowledge is power. And the knowledge, if we are let it be like this, okay, then it's bad. But if we know how to reorder us to get back this energy for 100%, then we can do something. We talked about the first element of earth, and we talked about the fact that we are all built out of these elements. We can go to the next one. From the earth, we are going to the air. And earth is static, is welcoming, is female. The element of air is the opposite. It's in movement. It's an element of lightness, lightful. It is male. And if we are talking of male and female, in alchemy, that doesn't mean man and woman. It's a type of energy. That is the concept behind. No, we are born in a certain body. We have them all inside, even if we are a woman or a man. But element of air, even if it is fundamental for everybody else, it's nourishing us, it is helping us to stay alive. We can also stay a month without eating, and we can maybe also a week not drinking. But after only a few seconds without breathing, our life is finished. Important of this element is fundamental. Air is that what keeps us in constant communication with ourselves and others, with ourselves and the world around us. It is an element of his nature. It is bringing us information. If we are inside a room with other people and we are talking about anything, after a while, an hour, everybody of the others breathe the air of somebody else. What does this bring to us? The fact that we are breathing the air of the other people also made that we get information. Our chemical body is reading and understanding. Maybe consciousness, no, but maybe unconsciously, we are, if we take down the level of consciousness, then we will find out a lot of information that we didn't know how to get them just by breathing. Staying in the same room with somebody means that the fundamental functions of air is this: communication. Through the element of air, we are communicating. We are always saying the wind is bringing messages. In the ancient times, divinities that have been linked to the air, or Mercurio, who was the messenger of the gods, he brought the messages from the gods to the human beings, and he had his wings at the feet. He was fast, and fastness is speed, is something which is very light, even if you don't see it. But if we move our hand, we feel the air. It is not as dense as the earth is, but it is also present. It is made out of gas, of different elements. And this aspect of air allows us to blow in energy, to move thoughts, to move all that what is possible. And the fact, where do we take the energy from? We take them from air. Every spiritual pathway, a chemical pathway, they are starting from learning to breathe, because breathing is the door to give us energy, to learn to recall energy in a conscious way. And naturally, you can imagine there is air and air. If you are in a forest or in the mountains, you are relaxed and you are breathing in a conscious way, then you get much more energy as you do a big breathing inside a big city. It's easy, the example, but it's a big difference. Now, like a race, we we have air, water, element, all elements inside. And to recover, to get the highest frequencies of the elements, we have to get in special places, in places which are thought. That is one is the nature which is still healthy, is allowing us to emerge in the highest frequencies, in the frequencies that are refined of the elements. And let's talk also about the elements that are not all the same. Like human beings, we have at different levels. We can find an element which is very simple wherever. But the refined elements we can find in places which are also refined, which are chemically pure. And if a person has the wish to come in contact with the elements, they want to find inside and outside a correspondence, to know each other, to feel where are these elements resounding. And my advice is go into the mountains, or who loves the sea, a beautiful place where you are alone, where you have beautiful beaches or rocks, maybe some islands in our Mediterranean, but wherever you are, but whatever ocean you choose, we have to have a look for pure contacts with elements today, because the contact with the element is allowing us then to have it like a mirror inside ourselves and to feel what is what has been touched. And we talked about earth, female, air, aspect, male, and the other elements are water. Water, we talked about the oceans. There are so many sorts of water. There's the source in the mountains, and we have salty water of the ocean. For us, it's an important element because we are about 70, 80% only water. That means I like to say we are like Aquarius, which are walking on their legs. We are taking water around while we are walking. And inside we have the same, like in an aquarium, where we have the fishes inside. It is very particular element because it is also an element It's from 0 to 100, it's stable. It's an element which you can transport, and the characteristic is to have inside all memories and information. It's fundamental for the alchemy because all chemical parts are conserved in water. Water is charged, water is like it's like recording frequencies and information, and they are maintained inside. And then to let you understand the fact that water very often is bought in the supermarket. We are choosing bottles, lots of calcium or lots of salts and so on. This is a physiological part of water. But you should consider that water is easily to be impressed. That means there's a powerful emotion, energy, thoughts. They are copied inside the water. So imagine a classical bottle of water, which you create, you make it stable, you put it into water, and from the moment where you put this inside the water, the bottle starts to register, to record all that what is happening around. So the person who will put the water inside the bottle, and so who put it on the lorry, who is taking it back and brings it to the shelves of the supermarket, and all these experiences of the people who are passing in front of this water. So when we are drinking this water from the supermarket, we are drinking all that. Just an example, we can compare that like a white sheet of paper. And when we take water from a spring, this has no experience. It is just born out of now. And the purest thing is that what we had in the beginning, and the water from the supermarket, what I described before, that is like a sheet of paper. It is like the first page of newspaper. Lots of photos, lots of written things, lots of colors. This is the water that we are drinking when we buying it in the supermarket. And water has this characteristic. Who is interested in going ahead in this research of the capacity of taking information and so on? There is an old friend, a researcher from Japan, Masaru Emoto. You can go to Google and find him, and you put water and Masaru Emoto, you will find it immediately. There were coming a lot of material. What did he do? He demonstrated that what I was talking about in this moment. He took water, and lots of different types of music have been um, sent to the water, from classical, hard rock, metal, heavy metal, and so on. And then he took the water, which maybe 1 or 2 hours, listened to this, do these frequencies, and he was freezing it. And then he took the frozen water, and he and he was looking at under the microscope. And what did he see? He saw that the crystals of this frozen water have been different. For example, the water that had been charged by harmonic music, classical music, was showing geometric forms which have been harmonical and perfect. And when there have been sounds which has been too much, too powerful, and so on, and uh, observing the water, you saw that these these have been geometric forms which have not been so harmonic as that he saw in the other type of music. And then he did the same thing with me with the emotions. He asked people and they have thoughts of peace and gratitude. And he took this water and was freezing it. And then he took water from people that have been told to think about terrible things, horror things, hate, and murder. And so this water, which was also frozen, the result was you can see these photos in the internet. People who have been concentrated to beautiful things like joy and love, they had beautiful forms. And who was thinking of these horrible things? They had forms, but these forms have been not harmonic. And this is a very simple scientific example how you could really vedere como water is taking our thoughts and our emotions. And if we go inside ourselves now, water is linked to emotion and to memory. A, a good part of our health is depending on this, how we are thinking and how the emotions are that we have. If this happens with a bottle of water, in our thoughts, our emotions are going to color and creating situations inside our water and blood, what we have inside ourselves, they can be harmonic or disharmonic. What is disease? It's a disharmony. What is health? It is living in harmony. So you should know that our health, our well being is starting exclusively from ourselves. If we are people of positive nature and we live beautiful emotions and we don't stay too much with being angry and negative thoughts, our color, our water takes informations and the right forms to life. Water is as well physically as energetically adapting itself. If we put water in a container, water is taking the form of the container. If it is a little bowl or a bottle, it is taking the form. And energetically, it is doing the same thing. If we are taking the container of joy and so on, then we have this form and this frequency. Otherwise, it will take a negative form, a non harmonic form, which is on long terms will provocate disguidance emotionally, energetically, and at the end also physical. because our chemical body is made out of lots of different parts. But if one part is in disharmony and is getting ill, then it is influencing also all the others. And we have always thought terrible thoughts and negative things that is going into our body, into our water. It is like we are poisoning ourselves. The blood, which is with this, is giving like poison to our organs, and the most weak one will get it. So it is important to understand how much we have to bring our consciousness and our attention to ourselves, because then there are happening things. If we are thinking in a certain way, and then it happens after a while. This is water. Female, it is connected with emotions, and it is in maintaining. And we are using in alchemy pure water to maintain things, to conserve things. What is the opposite of the water of a spring is the water of the ocean, is the most complex water which we have in our world. Why is it so complex? Because of this, it is full of all the experiences from the moment where water is born, expressing his pathway, little rivers, till that it is coming to the ocean. It has seen a lot of things. And so the ocean is the container of most of the experiences. So the water of the ocean is most simple, similar to our blood. And also water of the ocean we are using in alchemy because it has this characteristic. It's very important. The complexity. Water contains complexity and is maintaining these aspects and lots of information. And they together they are creating complexity. So the oceans are a little bit the blood of our planet. The rivers are the veins and the arteries. And so we should really, if we have to, have rivers that should be really clean. One of my big dreams is that I could drink water from the Po in Torino and I could just drink it there. Uh, Nowadays, I would get cholera if I drink it. But if we are cleaning the water of our rivers, and then we will clean also our lives and we will be more harmonic and more balanced. And the water of our rivers should be crystal all over, not only in the high mountains. And people are going there to catch water from the little rivers there. No, even if they are going through our cities, we shouldn't poison the world. And if this water is similar to the water we are, so it means that we are also poisoned inside. Pollution is that what happens also to the air. If we are using elements which are polluted, then we are constantly um, giving a hard time to ourselves. So my dream is to go to these rivers in the middle of the cities and to drink from these rivers. Maybe one day. It would be so easy. Today, even also the concept of ecology, it has always been chemically in all nations, all tribes. They didn't poison and pollute. That the earth gave you to eat. And if you were polluting something, then you were polluting your food. Today, we are stupid. The human race of this moment is really stupid. And an old story against stupidity, not even gods can do something. We have still two elements to talk about, and then I would like you to have a chemical contact with these elements. The fire is the element par excellence, which is the most important one. For the reason of the fire is the element which is containing the life. Every flame that you see has life. Small, big, no difference. From the candle to the Vulcans, it is life, and that is bringing intelligence. And this is life and intelligence, which is not more than ours, but it is different. And it is important to understand. Fire was the first element, magical element, which our race has learned to use. When our race understood how to use fire, they could go out of the caves and they could win over the darkness. That was the first big step for humanity when they had the first contact and they could work and love and live in harmony with this power. This was the material part, but the fire allowed to cook and to have warmth in the wintertime. It could protect us from animals. We could go over the night. But the spiritual part was that our race could discover that fire is a portal, is a real door to the beyond. And here they learned also to connect with the element of fire and to connect with the flame, with the world of the flame. The fire inside ourselves, where is it? It's not that we have a flame inside. We have an intimate fire inside. It is same as a flame. And this allows us to stay alive. If we touch each other, then we feel the warmth. And this warmth is our fire. This is important. If you want to listen to your fire, then just touch your body. The inner fire is that what you can feel when you touch your skin. The fire in alchemy is my male renewing transformation. It is connected also with the light to bring light in the darkness. Where we have our attention, there we are letting our chemical fire. And every act in alchemy is made out of our attention. Fire is bringing attention, bringing the fire there. This is the fire. And it is the capacity of transmutation inside and outside of ourselves, everything. If we take the ancient alchemists, they are talking about phases of alchemical from the allegory of fire and wood. First phase is la nigrego, the open working in the black one, and the wood is burning, then it becomes black. This black is together with the light of the fire is against our ignorance. It is overcoming our weak parts. And you are starting from there, and we have to be aware of that. But when we are letting a fire, the fire starts to work and to transform the wood from black to white. Then it becomes ashes. It's refining the element. It's from a rough element to a refined element. So black becomes white. White is linked to the concept of pureness, and it is transforming it from a rough energy to a fine energy. From there, we are coming to the red of the burned, and then we have from black to white to red to complete all that. The energy which is refined becomes then something which is still different. That means the fire is like the burning heart of everything, and it is transforming something and something else. And the energy which is more refined, not used, the last phase is in a directed. Ruvedo, it's the red part, which is a complete, where the conclusion of the transformation. And then we have alchemically these the work of fire is doing. It is bringing us focused, to be focused, to bring life, and to be able to act, to destroy on one part, to renew on the other part. This is the aspect which is male, which is movement, an aspect which has these characteristics that when we use it in the right direction, it is generating, it is renewing, it is transforming. But if we don't use it, it is destroying. Fire is destroying whole cities and forests sometimes. But if we use it in the right way, it can also work on metals and helps us to generate the energy which is allowing us to melt metals and to move them and to make them in the form we would like to have. So you see, this is a nature of fire, as well creative, as well destructive. All these elements have this double nature, like also human beings. Chaos is, it's an order which is not yet understood. So what we have to do always is to destroy, to create, also inside ourselves. The generations passage, we are abandoning the way we have been when we were children, when we are becoming adults, when we are becoming women and men. Our attitudes, our thoughts, the way how we are acting, by and by we are transforming. And this transformation is also transforming our inner fire. This works in a conscious way, but also in an unconscious way, as everything. In this moment, we are not being aware of that we are breathing. But if we stop to breathe, after 3 minutes, we are more dying. So it is something automatically which our chemical body is doing actions like the breathing in an automatic way. And also our fire, the physical part, but also the emotions, good and bad ones. You have to know that for transmutation is the transformation, a chemical transformation. That means we have to contain. Example, one of the characteristics we would like to change, there are phases which we have to start. And this is the first phase, is like not expressing them. If if we are angry, we have to contain it, even if it is first burning us, but it is regenerating energy, which is increasing our inner warmth, and that makes possible that we can transform this emotion in something else. The first steps are really these for transforming ourselves, maintaining inside that what we would like to have. Good and bad things, if we want to leave them, to get rid of them, breathe 10 seconds, but don't start to shout and doing whatever you want with the people. Stay, be inside yourself. And then you will learn that these parts will become more refined. As we said in the moment, our inner fire is the attention. Attention to our inner fire. One of the fires, the external fires, which are more complex and more powerful, to that is the fire of the lava. And also this is one of the liquids of our planet, the liquid of the fire which is coming of the center of the planet, the power which is expressed. This is a very complex fire. This is pure energy. And to go there and to perceive the energy of a volcano and of the lava is something real big, but much more easy. In this summer moment is the energy of the fire which is coming from the sun, our star which brought the fire to the earth. The sun is the maximum of expression of the element of fire, the most pure one. If you want to work with the most complex fire we have, take a piece of glass and lit a fire through the rays of the sun. This is the highest fire we can have. The fire that through solstices is renewed, and you are taking it always from the sun, for this motive. It is the most pure fire. The sun was always adored because it gave us energy, it gave us life, infinite energy. Today you can use gas but we are relearning to use the energy of the sun. This is for gratis, for nothing. to develop this type of research, solar panels and so on, but also to move these solar whales, which are feeding our astro ships. How do you say them? Spaceships. And this is pure energy which can give us richness. We are full of richness, but we don't know to recognize it. We are using it, but not in the correct way. Everybody of us could live like a pasha, like a millionaire, because we are immersed in all this richness and this energy. We only have to know how to direct it. This is the real thing. But as we are inside ourselves, not in order, so we are also like a race, not in order. And so our inner chaos we see in the society of today in which we are living. This is it's a little bit sad, but it is also important to be aware of that. And then we can do something, we can modify, we can transform step by step. But the consciousness is already the first victory, the first step which allows us to go in the right direction. Now we talked about the four principal elements, two with the energy which is female, earth and water, and two with more movement, male, air and fire. And the famous fifth element, which is that, and where is it? Around us, we all know we can come in communication with these four elements. And we all can also understand which part of us is linked maybe from one or the other. The fifth element in the tradition we call ether. Ether is a fifth element, which is represented with the star of the 5 points, where the one point is showing up to the sky. It's the fifth element which we not find in matter, but we don't find it also in our spiritual part because it's a very particular one. It's on the edge. That means ether, we are talking about the etheric body. We are talking about these ghosts that have these ether bodies which you see and you don't see. That is the characteristic. Is it is and it is not. Ether is an element which is not existing in nature. It is generated. From whom? From the human being. Ether is the element that you could define between the elements which are material, the most subtle one, and between the spiritual ones, the most dense part. No, you see that is really on the border. Ether can be manipulated, can be generated. We as human beings, we are right energetical centrals. We are generating this. We are, when oxygen is coming inside ourselves, we are using it. We put it in all our cells. It gives energy and power. And then what are we doing? The trash is the carbon, I don't know, monoxide. It is the result of that breathing. We are breathing out, and then we are coming with all the trash we are using. We have this nature of transformation. And there is a particular thing which is creating something which we don't thought before. We are creating something new. We are doing like an art opera. We are creating that what before hasn't been. It's like mathematics formal. And we are talking about in this moment, we are generating ether. Ether is the result of the human being that has the capacity of generating in the most superior moments of ourselves. It's not repetition. If we are doing always the same work, we are not creating any ether. But if we are in a creative act, we are writing a romance, we are composing music, and. Then we have a lot of different possibilities. In this moment, we don't have only written a beautiful symphony or another art opera. Energetically, we have also generated ether. This is something very important. It is also an information which is not always so easy to know, and we are not guided in this way. But today, it is good also to talk more open about this knowledge. We are in the famous new era, so we can also talk about knowledge, and we are starting from there. And we need really to have new information and new things to know. It's not that we didn't know that, or the Egyptians, these priests didn't know that. Sure, they knew. But these have been knowledge which was only accessible for only few people, like esoteric stuff. No, that's where the priests and warriors, everybody who had access to certain knowledge. And one part we had to preserve it, but it gave us also power. And if you knew things, you could use this. Ether is the pure element, the fifth element, and it is creating this all that around matter. It is transformable by our thought. So that means if you see ghosts or something like that, and the thought of somebody, it is the thought of somebody who was impressing ether and making it just for a moment visible. This is what happens, what can happen. It's like this, the concept of a photo where we had the objective once upon a time, and you had it was opening and you had it closing and you had the photo. And our thought is doing the same thing with ether. It has the capacity of transforming this energy, moduling it. And there are so many different ways of using ether. If we are going with our consciousness, we are not going with our material body, but we do that with our etheric body, with our energetic body. We are talking energetic bodies are etheric, ether, and astral bodies. So we can use them with our thoughts, and you can module them, move them with our thought, our emotions, and so on. This is the fifth element, which is composed, which is composing this complexity which we are the owners of. And while we are understanding better the characteristics of these elements, we can use them for our advantage. If we have maybe a lack of those and the other is abundant, and we can contacting them and balancing them. We tempers, time is running, and I promised you have a contact with one of these elements. I would like to propose who likes to have a contact with the element of earth. Element of earth because it is the one in this moment which can give us nourishing energy and which is a power which is positive that we need. And earth in this season is the element which the basic, as in all the other seasons too, but in the warm season, it is expressing the maximum of ourselves. It has taken all the elements and all the characteristics during winter time, and it started to have the energy, the nourishing to the life in spring, but in summer it is exploding. The whole nature in summer is exploding because there's all this energy from the sun on the one side, but also from the earth, which is leaving all that energy which was accumulated through the whole year. And then we can feel that and we can be nourished by this profound energy, which is positive. It's like a Vulcan, which has such a powerful energy, but it is a mother part. It is nourishing us. And for doing this, who likes, it's very easy. Some of you know already what I will ask you for the meditation, which we are going to do together. It is relaxing movement. I will guide you, and you keep a position with your back as upright as possible. Feet are touching the earth or the floor, and the hands are on your laps. You can see this as we call that Egyptian position. It is like the pharaoh was always sitting. It is made really for in time to have an energetic position, which is fundamental for our race. So especially for people who are living in the western part, because people who are more living in the east, it's more the lotus position, the energetically adapted. We can use that too, but the best one for our western parts is the classical Egyptian one. So sit in a comfortable way, and we start with this deep and slow breathings inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, and breath and breath We know that the element of air is bringing us energy, prana, and we are absorbing that. That's why we are breathing slow and consciousness. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through our mouth. And breath after breath, we feel the weight of our body on the chair. We feel our feet on the floor. We feel the warmth of our hands on our legs. And by, this is relaxing us. Breath after breath. You hear my voice, for we're speaking English, the voice of Vultura, and you feel the rumors around you, and start slowly, slowly close your eyes by and take all your attention inside in this point, which is in the center of you. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And give all attention at this point. All attention to this point. Important is to breathe through our center and giving energy to the center. Inhaling and exhaling. Breath after breath, we are giving energy and sending energy to ourselves, to our depth, to our deepest parts. And we feel by and by that this energy becomes more, it's increasing, it's filling all our physical body. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Our attention, our fire to ourselves. Everything what you hear is fine. It's part of our life, but let it go. Welcome it and let it go. Our thoughts, our emotions, we are just, we are paying attention and we are just present. Breath after breath, we feel how the energy flows and the energy e- enters through our nose and our mouth and is going down into our legs, and we are paying attention to the soles of our feet and breathing. We are letting grow the roots like a tree. They are going down in the earth, and if we have the not directly the earth under our feet, we go through the whole structure of the house till we arrive at the earth. From breath to breath, to contact the earth. And breath after breath, we feel these roots which are going down, down, down in the earth. And the opening, meters and meters, maybe kilometers. And we feel how we are putting our roots more and more, breath after breath. We feel the roots which taking their forms. It's like the branches which are going to the center of the earth and breathing and breath after breath. We can be nourished from the earth which is around us, and breath after breath. Our presence, our attention is inside these roots. And we feel the energy with our breath. We feel how it is sucked, it is collected by the earth. And there is a lot. And breath after breath, we feel the energy of the earth, and we feel how it is rising, going into all our body. This dense energy, this powerful energy, which is nourishing us, which is arriving at our feet, our ankles, and is rising the legs, the knees, till we arrive at our hips, all our bones, and we are reinforcing it, making it more solid. It is touching all our organs, our sexual organs, our pancreas, the whole gut, the liver, our stomach, our lungs, and breath after breath, the energy which comes from the earth is filling all our body, all our thorax, all our back, and breath after breath, also our arms are becoming more powerful, are nourished, our hands, our fingers. We feel the energy of the earth, which is nourishing us, which is reinforcing us. And breath after breath, we feel the whole spine, how the energy is rising, till it arrived at our head, our neck, our face, our hairs, which are the antennas, and breath after breath, our body is nourished from this moment on, from the earth, from this mother element, which is so rich, which gives us prosperity, which gives us energy, health. And now we are breathing through our whole body the energy. We feel it. Good. Also, our heart, our lungs, our shoulders, the whole body is filled up, powerful, energetic with this element of earth. And now, as we have been colored and reinforced by this element, and we can come back with the energy of our roots, and we send a sense of gratitude to the element of earth, to our mother earth, which is sustaining us, which is nourishing us, and which gives us everything that we need. Let's send this thought, this energy, which is around us, which is kilometers, a frequency of joy and peace and beauty and light and thankfulness. And after that, that thank you to the element of earth from breath to breath. We put these roots inside ourselves. And from breath to breath, we feel how these roots are going inside our feet and our body. And now we feel for a little moment the sensation of this element of earth, which is completing us, which is nourishing us, breath after breath. We feel our body, which is energetical, dense, and it is healthy, is nourished. And when we feel that, we can start with little movements of our feet, our hand, our neck, our back, and breath after breath. When we are ready to open our eyes, we can do that. Coming back here into the present with our body, with our consciousness. This is a very simple meditation, but I give the advice to do this in nature, maybe on a beautiful rock, because the rocks are containing information, are beautiful because they are the most dense part of matter and they are full of energy. This is a very simple meditation to come into contact with the element of earth. Very simple. I hope you felt this energy and this power, because when we are paying attention to the elements, they are answering us and they give them their essence, because we came in contact with the essence, the spiritual, energetical part. And you can do that in a very special way to discover things. So we are going towards the the evening of summer here in Damanhur, where I am. Is really, really warm. That what we saw together is just the first step. This summer we will do a lot of experiences here in Damanhur. In September we are starting with the classes. Every beginning of the Damanhurian year, which is starting in September, who likes to go ahead and to find other aspects and to find balance inside yourself, you are welcome to meet us, to have some talks together with the other teachers of the school too, but also to participate in our courses. We have some which are just for some days. We have from 20 of August, we have 12 days. Who likes to pass through the elements and the capacity of finding our inner harmony and to take all the energy of the summer and to find other seasons. This is the light of the summer, which is the power of the elements. To know them, to understand them, and to harmonize them inside ourselves. And that means also to use them to find a new result. Or everybody of us can take where you are and you can come to your superior level to become better and to evolve ourselves. This is the aim of alchemy, because we for helping the world and to be useful for the world, we need to refine ourselves and to know ourselves and our talents, which can help us to be useful to the others too. The alchemist has to know itself, and then you will know the universe. This is the basics. I thank you for having been with us this 1.5 hours in this summer evening, which is very warm. And this is also our warmth, is also the fire of knowledge. And I wish you beautiful days of light and give attention wherever you are to the elements inside ourselves and outside ourselves. This is helping us a lot. I wish you a beautiful evening and convoy. Thanks a lot and see you soon.